guess what? We're going up island. We're going to the native nursery. We're going up there to get some plants for our wildlife garden. And we thought you might like to come along and check out the view. Beautiful day today. We're super excited. So we're going to check and see if they have any Huckleberry, Saskatoon Berry, Bunchberry, Trillium. So we'll see what we have when we get back. Hey Gord, did you want to come along?
Yes, I do want to come along.
So this is Cameron Lake. Pretty nice and clear out there today. Give you a little shot there. And our next stop's going to be Coombs Country Market. And here we are. We had to do our little stopover at Coombs. It's a little goats on the roof market, but there's no goats on the roof at this time. But they got a cute little market. That's funny. And there's more goats on the roof, but without the goats. Nice little shot of the market there. Oh, what's this? It's a campground. That's the ocean. And the mountains over yonder. Lovely little drive, isn't it? Hey, there's a cafe back there. We might have to stop on the way home and get a coffee. This is so cute in here. There's more ocean. And here we are. Oh, that's a tiny little bluebird on there. So here's a few that we picked up. I'll show you in the back here. We're just heading back home and we thought we'd wait till we get back and then we can go over what we bought. And here we are by Cameron Lake again. And that's our drive home through Cathedral Grove. So hey, we made it back from our little road trip. And we have a little handful of plants here. We wanted to show you what we found. So I'm going to come around behind here and get you so you can have a better view. I'll just go over them. So these are the huckleberries, evergreen huckleberries. They are a dark green leaf with little whitish pinky flowers. They bloom really early in the spring. They're really good for the hummingbirds and the native bees, as are most of these actually. And these guys here are little bunchberries. So they also get a flower that is very similar to the dogwood, and then they produce a little berry that the birds like, and they're a ground cover. So these guys, they're good for shade gardens, although the huckleberry can tolerate sun as well. You just have to keep them watered. And the bunchberries don't really like too much sun at all, just a little bit of dappled sunlight and they'd be good. Now here we have Trillium, but they're not up yet. But once they emerge, that's what they look like. They get this nice white flower right on the very top. They're not very tall, they're also more just a ground flower, a little bit like a crocus maybe. And here is our serviceberry, or Saskatoon berry. So this is a shrub or a small tree, depending on how you prune it. But because it's really good in tree form, we're going to leave ours as a tree. So it'll probably get about 8 to 16 feet in height. The wildlife really love the berries on here. This is a red currant, and it leaves out really early also. And it gets little clusters of red flowers. And the hummingbirds follow these guys all the way up the coast, Northern California, all the way up Pacific Northwest. Some of them even go as far as Alaska, but I'm not sure these red currants go that far. So they're really good for the early emerging bees and hummingbirds. This one is a mock orange, and it's not doing much yet. This is definitely a shrub. It has white flowers, white blossoms on it in the summer. So when everything else is done, you still get a little show with the mock orange. And this will get 6 to 8 feet in height. It can get taller, but you can shape it however you want. It's a vase-shaped shrub. It enjoys the sun. It smells really good, and this is a native one too. So the Osoberry here, it's a little plum tree, native to the area. This is our harbinger of spring. In the end of winter, when the days are a little dreary, it's really uplifting to see these guys blossom out. They have little white blossoms. This is an understory tree. It's very open and airy, so it handles dappled shade. You can plant it in the sun. We did have one in the sun. It actually did the best. So they still require sunlight. Just keep them watered if they're in the sun, and they should be okay. Most of these guys enjoy really damp soil with lots of compost. They grow in the forest, so they're used to lots of leaf mulch and very good composted areas. But because we get droughts here in the summer, you have to keep them watered, but once they're established, they can be drought tolerant, some of them, but we will go over that. When we go to put these in the ground, we'll go thoroughly through each one. They can all handle some shade. Some prefer a little bit more than others, but if you keep them well watered, most will be okay, even in sunlight. There's just one or two that need almost full shade, but not quite. So they're kind of shade and sun. So once we decide where to put them, we'll give you a little bit more detail on each one as we plant them. Get yourself some huckleberries, and thanks for stopping by, and we'll catch you on the next one.